Hey everyone, Luke here, Guardian Fleet Safety. Today we're checking out two 2022 Ford F-150 police responder trucks for the 3 affiliated tribes out in Newtown, North Dakota. These are some of the very few responders that we have seen come through the shop yet. Ford is basically postponed making these because of the part shortages and all that stuff. So we have a ton of these on the books waiting to come in, but only a few of them have been built so far. So let's check this out. This is a full sound off signal build with the blueprint siren control. Starting up front here, we have the Thunderstruck heavy duty replacement push bumper. So we actually take that factory bumper off and then replace it with this full replacement one. We have a pair of sound off signal N-Force dual color surface mounts. And then we have the the M-Power 6x1 lights there. Now this one has been placed into park. The one next to it, I should say behind it, is in drive. So we'll check that out in just a second so you can kind of see the differences between when it's in drive and park. And this is just a really brief example of all of the features we pack into these vehicles. We don't have time to go through everything, and honestly, with the way our competition's been stealing our ideas and all of our programming lately, we've decided to not show all of our features just because of that. Because there is a lot of R&D and a lot of man hours that go into developing all of these features and all of these events and matrices that we do just to have our competition steal them. And then on the side we have the another sound off signal N-Force surface mount. We installed the spotlight assembly from Unity, and then it has that high powered rigid off-road bulb, brightest bulb on the market that you can get. M-Power light bar up top. On the mirror we have a sound off signal intersector. And then in the back window, we have a sound off signal M-Power light. These vehicles are complete turnkey. So vehicles, graphics, radio, cameras, computers, everything sold to the customer on one simple invoice. So we do a lot with the tribes across the Midwest for this. It keeps it really simple for their grants and budgeting and stuff. They just call us, basically make one phone call, and they get vehicles that show up and go right into service that day. So it's a great deal for them. Decals are from our friends at Advanced Graphics out of the Twin Cities. Now folks, if you like these decals, or you just need decals at all, please call them, because they can drop ship those decals anywhere in the country. So they have places in Texas, in California, in Arizona, in Florida, in New York, and New Jersey, all over the country. Departments work with these folks, develop the decals, and then they basically get them all boxed up and shipped out, and then they just have a local person, whether it's at the city or a local vendor or something, that just applies them. So why graphics are so important is because they're expensive, okay? You have to use high quality 3M materials. If you're not using 3M, they're gonna start peeling off, they're gonna be garbage. We have a lot of customers, I shouldn't say a lot, we have some customers that like to use their local hometown, decal shop, and that's great. We're all about keeping it local. The problem is when these local decal shops use some cheap crap they got off Amazon or eBay, and then after a year it's flaking off the vehicle. Just don't do that. So all the information's on your screen. Just call them. They'll take care of you. That's what most police agencies are doing. Okay, here's the one in drive. You can see we're speeding up the patterns, adding the white in there. It's that kind of muddy spring, so these will get a bath before they get shipped off to the customer. So you can see we have a wigwag, and then those 6x1s flashing, and then the light bar sped up. Faster pattern on the surface mounts in drive level 3 as well. I forgot to talk about down on the bottom there. That's the new sound off signal SL runner. And those are pretty bright. Pretty dope, as I like to say. Now these have the sync module in them as well. So they will sync up with each other. Now, we have had some questions about the sync module for Blueprint. It does not change anything on the squad car. So if you pull up next to somebody, it's not going to turn your lights on, it's not going to change your flash pattern, it's not going to do any crazy stuff. It's just simply when you're on the same flash pattern or the same arrow stick pattern or what have you with another vehicle with sync, you're going to be perfectly synchronized together. And check out our video coming out soon here, all about sync and the multiple agencies and kind of what that looks like. So we also have the 6x1 mounted up here. This just provides just an immense amount of side lighting, side scene lighting, as well as obviously it's flashing when they're in drive level 3. Okay, when I open this door, it's gonna automatically put the vehicle into park because that's a Ford thing. We have our magnetic mic clip with the PA mic down in the door, so when they're doing a felony stop, it's nice and easy for them. Have our stalker radar. Got our Panasonic CF33 laptop that was provided by us for the install. We have our Satina 10VS cage with the Transmax cargo system, which I'll show you in a second. Turn the radio down, sorry about that. Satina dual gun lock. We have our Gamber Johnson printer armrest mount, as well as center console for the new Responder trucks. And then last but not least, we have our watch guard for our camera system up there. So overall, pretty nice setup inside there. There's a ton of room. So we also have our secure idle that we installed into the vehicle. So nobody can, they can leave it running without the keys on it. This also has some additional safety features on it that we're not allowed to disclose in a public video like this, but it does have some safety stuff that you can contact us if you are a law enforcement agency or officer, and we can talk to you about that too. That prevents the vehicle from being stolen. Okay, Satina door panels, window bars. This is the Cargo Max system. Basically comes with, well, this is this upper shelf, they call it upper shelf. That's an add-on piece, but we only sell it one way. So this is basically the whole system. So you have a pull-out drawer here. To put stuff. Satina is great stuff. I mean, it's all very well built, American made. It's about as legit as it gets. So, but this just gives you a ton of room to store stuff. Here's the electronics tray. Obviously, this is folded down. Normally, it's not like that, right? So again, when you come here and you pay us money to upfit your emergency vehicle, this is the quality that you're going to get. We are not a fly-by-the-night shop. We're not a mom-and-pop shop. You come here, you pay us money, we do a professional upfit that's well thought out, that's not going to have dead batteries, all your fuses are labeled, all that fun stuff. And everything is easily serviceable. That's why you come to a professional outfitting shop. Okay, and then this is just going to fold right back up and secure up like that. And I can't do that with one hand, so that's why that's staying down. But I just wanted to show you how easily serviceable that is, you know, when that is down. We added this backflip MX4 bed cover. That's kind of our go-to for law enforcement customers. There's also a screen on the back window. On the back here we have the 4x2 M-Powers. And then underneath there we have data. 4-inch M-Powers, and I'm going to show you those in a little bit more in depth in just a second here. And then we put a sound off signal taillight flasher. This is what the prisoner compartment looks like with that Cargo Max system. Again, it's an amazing product. It's a little expensive, so I'm just going to be forthcoming about that right now. If you have a very limited budget, you're probably not going to be able to get into this. But if you can afford it, it is by far the best setup for the F-150 Responder, hands down. It's amazing. We have our polycarbonate divider there. So this is basically the prisoner area. And as you can see, there's that optional, again, we only sell it with it, but the optional window screen in the back, and you can get that in polycarbonate or the honeycomb metal, whatever they call that. I don't know the exact terminology. And you can also get an optional plastic seat with that as well. And here's kind of the shot to the side here. As you can see, everything's very clean. There's no wires hanging out. There's no fuses in the console you need to go digging for. Everything's well thought out in how it's done. And all that stuff. Radio speaker up high. Yeah. It's a good setup. So I spec most of these vehicles. I shouldn't say most of them. Our sales team does a lot too. I don't build vehicles anymore. We have a bunch of technicians now that do that. But one of my main jobs here is running the day-to-day as well as quality control. So every single one of these vehicles that leaves our shop personally comes through my hands first before it gets a clean bill of health to take off. So I make sure that everything is done up to our standards. So regardless of which technician team, because we team build cars, which technician team builds a car, they're all done to the exact same standard. And we are very anal about that. And that's paid dividends though. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the arrow stick function here. And this is gonna kind of show you where those data M powers come into play. So they perfectly are gonna sync, so you can see under the running board. And I know it's a little hard because the lip of the running board's kind of cutting them off, but they're perfectly synchronized with the light bar up high. And then those will also go white in reverse. And then we also have white modules in the back of the M Power light bar that go white in reverse. Okay. That's about all I have to show you on these guys. Thanks for checking it out. I know it's a little bit longer of a video, but that's what you've all been asking for, so that's what you're gonna get. Okay, now you have to listen to my business ploy. If you are an agency and you are in North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin, or of course Minnesota, where we are located, please give us a call if you want high quality professional upfitting. We do have a lot of vehicles that we buy as well. So I believe we still have F-150 Responder trucks. They're not in yet, but we do have a handful that are ordered that just haven't arrived yet. We also have Interceptors. Thanks to Dodge, we don't have any more Durangos left because they decided to cancel a bunch of orders. So thanks Dodge for that, we appreciate it. So yeah, if you're ever looking for turnkey vehicles, we obviously do a lot of upfitting, just the upfitting part, but we also offer turnkey emergency vehicles as well for the agencies that require them. I shouldn't say require them, that need them. A lot of tribal agencies or grant vehicles, that type of stuff, where they just want to give us one call, say this is the vehicle I want, this is the computer, the camera system, I need this radio, I want these lights, blah, 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 and you know, a couple months later, it shows up at the front step. Here's your keys. It goes into service that day. That's why our company motto is safety simplified. We try to keep everything easy for the customer. You can see that sync module firing away there too. So give us a call. That information's on the screen. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. We'll catch you later.